Hi guys, my name is Saad
And my name is Tehseen.
and you are watching SNT Vlogs. So the entire vlog is going to be only in English just so that majority of the people can benefit from the same.
So guys, we will be dividing this video into different segments as it will be easy to understand for everyone. So guys, we booked the Lufthansa flight from Mumbai to Belgrade via Frankfurt. Our flight was at 2:50 a.m. from Mumbai airport and we reached Frankfurt at 8:30 in the morning, and we had a 2 hour 20 minutes layover at Frankfurt airport, and then we left Frankfurt at 8:20 and reached Belgrade at 1:10 local time. The total cost of our journey was 79,500 and it was from Mumbai till Vancouver. And one more thing I would like to add here is that when you book your ticket in Lufthansa, usually they offer you one piece of baggage. But when you book through Generation Fly, there's an offer for student especially, and in that they give you like 2 piece baggage. So you should try to book through Generation Fly, or if you don't book through Generation Fly, then you can mail at their email address that they have provided on their site, and you will get an additional piece of baggage. We are in Serbia currently and we will be leaving on 15th via Turkish Airlines, and our flight is scheduled at 9 a.m. local time, and we will reach Istanbul at 11:50 local time, and with a 2 hours 20 minute layover we will be moving from Istanbul to Vancouver, and it's scheduled at 2:10 local time, and we'll reach Vancouver airport at 3:55 local time.
So as per the tickets, what was already allowed was 2 bags of 23 kgs each, 1 bag of 8 kg which was the cabin bag, and one carry-on which should technically weigh about 5 to 6 kgs, but there was no limit given on it. That's what was allowed as per the tickets. But what I was personally carrying was 2 bags of 24 kgs each, 1 bag of 9 kgs which was my cabin bag, plus a carry-on for around 6 to 7 kgs, and I also had a small bag which was around 4 kgs which had dry cooked food which I was carrying from home just in case I would need something in the journey. The line was long for the check-in, but as soon as I entered I was done within 5 minutes. All I had to do was present my passport, get the boarding pass, get the bags checked in and show my COVID test report. That's about it. Next step was security check at the airport. Obviously it was very common. All we had to do was empty all our things, gadgets in one tray and the bag after the gadgets have been removed, and yourself, you just have to carry your passport and boarding pass while security check-in is going on. Everything else should be on the table. You have to remove your belt also. If your shoes have anything metallic, then they might ask you to remove your shoes as well, but in my case I had to remove the belt, put all the gadgets in a tray, the bags in another tray, and that was about it. So the next step was immigration, obviously, and at the immigration counter there was not much rush. There were hardly any people there present already, so we just took say around 3 minutes to reach the counter. And on the counter what I had to present was just my passport, my boarding pass, my travel letter which I got from the university, and I guess that's about it. But Tahseen was asked to present the Airbnb booking as well, the booking which was made for Serbia. He was asked to present that as well. So that was asked for, but it wasn't a hassle. It was pretty smooth. And immigration also happened within say around 3 minutes, and we were done with the immigration as well.
My flight experience was very good. Like from Mumbai I boarded, and the cabin crew were very helpful. They sorted out the problem if anyone had any problem. The seats were comfortable, the food was good. It was a very wonderful experience in Lufthansa. And when we reached Frankfurt airport, the first thing they asked was the RT-PCR test and your passport. And after that, there was security check at the Frankfurt airport for our next flight. So it was a long queue there, and the security check was quite a hassle, you can say, because it was first time consuming, and then after that they were scrutinizing, they were checking very minutely. So it was a hassle, I would say. But after the security check at the Frankfurt airport, everything was good, and it was wonderful.
So when we were boarding the flight from Frankfurt to Serbia, it was an Airbus 380, so it was a pretty small flight. It seemed like a bus only. The only good thing was that people were not allowed to stand, else they would have stood also. There was a little bit of a problem with keeping the luggage in the cabin. People were struggling for it, but since we were the first few people to get on board, so it wasn't a hassle for us. And then at the Serbian airport, when we landed, we had to go to the passport control first, and then we were allowed to collect the baggage. So at the passport control, basically that was the immigration, so they didn't ask me anything. They just saw my passport, saw my negative COVID test, and I got the stamp. But Tasin was asked for the receipt of the stay, where he's going to stay, and he was also asked why was he here. So he just said the truth that he's here for an RT-PCR test to fly to Canada. So it wasn't a problem for him as well. And after we were done, we went to the baggage counter. We collected our baggage, and once we were done with that, we just exited. While exiting, we saw a money exchange right in the airport itself. So we were carrying euros for Serbia. So we got say around 100 euros exchange at the rate of 115. Technically, the rate was supposed to be 117 outside, but since we got it done at the airport, I guess that is why we got 115 dinars ka rate.
We booked from Airbnb in Belgrade, and the apartment name was Yellow Sofa. It costed us around 7,200 for two people, and it was like 3 nights and 4 days. The amenities which were given to us were television, a queen size bed, a sofa, a dining table, and the kitchenettes were included. So overall it was a good deal.
I'll try my best to show how we booked the COVID test. We both personally got tested at the Torlak Institute over here at Vojvodistip. So this is how the process was. Firstly, I went on Google and I just typed Torlak PCR test. This is the first link that came. I clicked on the first link. You see this for PCR testing on personal request. I clicked on that. I was taken to this page. I just clicked on start the service, and here it is all in Croatian. I just turned it to English. Now I knew that I wanted to get tested at Torlak Institute. In case you have a different institute or laboratory in mind, you can type that name over here. I typed Torlak, and this was the first name that came, so I clicked on this, and it already took me to the schedule. So I say suppose you're trialing on the 24th, so I clicked on 24th. I want an 8 a.m. scheduled test. I clicked on that, and here, so just to be sure, what I did was I copied this name and I pasted it on another tab just to see what it actually means, and it was the Torlak Institute. You see it over here. So I was sure that I'm going to the right place. Then I booked the test. I had to do this. Foreign citizen without residence in the Republic of Serbia. I was asked for my passport number. I entered my passport number, my name, my surname, my email, my telephone, and I just press this and I'm scheduled. So the test is going to cost you 9,090 dinars. And to make the payment, you've got three options. The first is the post office. You can go to any of the post office and make the payment, or any of the banks and make the payment, or else you can go to any of the money exchanges and make the payment. Now the money exchange part is a little tricky. I personally went to a money exchange. All you'll need is your receipt which you've received on the mail. That is enough to go and make the payment to any of these places. When you go to the money exchange, not every money exchange is going to accept your payment. There is a system over here which takes place, which is called the U Plata system, or the Plata U or Is Plata. Wherever you see Plata written at any of the money exchanges, only they are going to accept payments. U Plata means payment system, and only they are authorized to accept payments. Usually Western Union money exchanges are going to accept all your payments, and they'll give you a stamped version of the same receipt which you already have. That stamped version is going to be beneficial and is going to be useful when you go to get yourself tested, because they're going to ask you for that. That is about it. And once you are tested and once you're done with everything, your report should take not more than 6 to 7 hours. I got tested at 9 o'clock in the morning and my report was in my hand at 1 o'clock. So if you are a person who is staying away from the test center, what you need to do is take a bus to travel to the test center rather than a cab, because a bus is always going to be cheaper. The cab might charge you say around 1500 to 2000 dinars, while you will have to take just a bus pass which is going to cost you 250 dinars, and you'll have to get it recharged. So 89 dinars ka recharge comes, which is going to last you 1.5 hours. You can travel anywhere in the city. So the maximum amount of recharges you might need to travel to and from your apartment would just be 2 recharges of 89 dinars each, and that's about it.
There is an option to do the COVID RT-PCR test at airport also. We were not aware of this before, but when we came here, we came to know that there is an option available where you can just walk in and register, and after some time they will do your testing. The test results come in 2 to 3 hours, and they usually say that you should come 5 to 6 hours before your flight time, so that it doesn't be a problem for you or for them. And the cost is around 97 USD. It is the same what we pay outside, so that doesn't matter. It's a good option. I would suggest people to do at the airport only. It's easier and it's more convenient.
But my suggestion is to go outside Rome in Serbia for 2 days. It is very pretty. Get yourself tested at a local lab. You'll get to travel in the bus. You'll get to experience everything. And a local lab would give your reports within 6 to 7 hours. Take a 3-day tour over here, because anyways once you reach Canada, you're going to quarantine for 14 days. Plus then the hassles and the struggle over there is going to begin. So just unwind over here and then go. Let us know in the comments what you're going to choose. Choose the airport testing or the local lab testing. And do subscribe, like and share this video. Help as many people to reach Canada as much possible,
and as soon as possible.
Yeah, as soon as possible. That is also true. Until the next video, we'll make a small playlist of this entire journey and we'll keep uploading videos. Thank you.